Welcome to the part 2 of lecture 3.4. Here we will discuss about the derivatives of inverse trigonometric functions. We have the following formulas. Just like in trigonometric functions, we have 6 inverse trigonometric functions and 6 derivatives. Let u be a differentiable function of x. Then we have the following formulas. The arcsine of u, the derivative is 1 over the square root of 1 minus u squared. It is the same with the derivative of arc cosine, except that for arc cosine, the derivative is negative. And then for the arc tangent, we have the derivative 1 over 1 plus u squared times the derivative of u with respect to x. Take note that the u here is inside the inverse trigonometric function. The derivative of the inverse cotangent is the same as the inverse tangent, but it is negative. Same with the arcsecant. The derivative is 1 over u times the square root of u squared minus 1 times the derivative of u with respect to x. And then the derivative of arc cosecant is negative. This is just the same with the arcsecant, but negative. The derivatives of the inverse cofunctions of sine, tangent, and secant are all negative. Just like in trigonometric functions, the derivative of cosine, cotangent, and cosecant are all negative. For the inverse sine and inverse cosine, the u must be less than or equal to positive 1. And then for the inverse secant and inverse cosecant, u must be greater than or equal to 1. Let us show the proof. For the first formula, the derivative of arcsine u is equal to 1 over the square root of 1 minus u squared times the derivative of u with respect to x. Let y be equal to arcsine u. By definition of inverse trigonometric functions, sine y is equal to u. Differentiating both sides of the equation with respect to x, we obtain cosine y and then times the derivative of y with respect to x. And then in the other side of the equation, we have the derivative of u with respect to x. Solving for the derivative of y with respect to x, we have here 1 over cosine y times the derivative of u with respect to x. Now, what relationship can we build between sine y and cosine y? Okay, recall that we have the following trigonometric identities. Cosine squared y plus sine squared y is equal to 1. So this is the Pythagorean identity. Solving for the cosine squared y, so we have this 1 minus sine squared y. Taking the square root of both sides of the equation, we have cosine y is equal to plus minus 1 minus sine squared y. So we are going to take the positive, the principal root, the positive. Okay. Here we will change y with arcsine u. And then for the cosine y, it will become the square root of 1 minus sine squared y times the derivative of u with respect to x. So since sine y is equal to u, from here, from our representation, we now have the following formula. The derivative of arcsine u is equal to 1 over the square root of 1 minus u squared times the derivative of u with respect to x. So we now have the proof for the formula number 1. First example, obtain the derivative with respect to the independent variable. Here we have y is equal to arcsine of 5x squared. This is the u. This one is only arcsine. Okay? So we are going to use the direct formula for arcsine. So therefore, the derivative of y with respect to x, differentiating both sides of the equation, we have 1 over the square root of 1 minus u squared. So the square of 5x squared. This is not yet done. We are still going to multiply it by the derivative of u with respect to x. So simplifying further, the derivative can be multiplied to the numerator. So let's put that there. So we have 10x over the square root of 1 minus 25x raised to 4. This answer is already okay, but if you would like to rationalize it, it's totally fine. Example 2, y is equal to arc cosine of x over 1 minus x. Here we have a little bit complicated argument. Inside the arc cosine, we have x over 1 minus x, a fraction. Okay? Take note that this is not the same as this one. Hindi yan magkapareho. So these are not the same. Okay. So dito, nasa loob ng arc cosine function yung x over 1 minus x. So it will be convenient for us to use the chain rule. We are going to use the variable u. Let u be equal to x over 1 minus x. Okay, take note that this is equal to negative. We take that out. X minus 1. X over x minus 1. And then we have the negative on the outside. So this is easier to solve since we have a positive literal coefficient on the denominator. So next, let us get the derivative of u with respect to x. This one takes the form u over v. So the derivative is negative. Saan galing yung negative? Ito. Nandyan lang yan sa labas. And then multiplied to the derivative of the u over v. So we have here v and then times du. And then we have minus u times dv. So we're using the quotient rule. And then on the denominator, we have the quantity x minus 1 squared. Simplifying this further, we have negative x minus 1 and then minus x all over the square of x minus 1. So this becomes negative 1. And then on the denominator, we still have that. So we have positive 1 over the quantity x minus 1 squared. Okay. Using the representation, y is equal to arc cosine u. So differentiating both sides of the equation using the formula for arc cosine, we have negative 1 over the square root of 1 minus u squared. And then multiplied by the derivative of u with respect to x. All right. After that, we are going to substitute the value of u. Okay, so we have negative 1 over, so we have 1 minus, I'll draw the square root later, x over, oh, we have negative x over x minus 1, and then squared. So this is the square root. And then multiply to the derivative, 1 over the quantity x minus 1 squared. Okay. So what are we going to do? Let us simplify what's inside the radical symbol. So we have 1 minus x squared over the quantity x minus 1 squared. Okay. Times 1 over x minus 1 squared. Okay, next. Ano gagawin natin pag halimbawa we have 1 minus a over b? So this becomes b over b minus a over b. Why is that? Because 1 is equal to b over b, any number divided by itself, except 0. Consequently, this becomes b minus a all over b. So that's what we're going to do inside the radical symbol. So this becomes negative 1 over the square root of, so we have x minus 1 quantity square minus x squared. We can now join the two since they now have the same denominator. And then times 1 over the quantity x minus 1 squared. Okay, next. So this becomes negative 1 over, let us expand. We have here x squared minus 2x plus 1, and then minus x squared. And then all over x minus 1. Okay. So the square root is now gone, and the exponent 2 is now gone also. They cancel each other. So we have 1 over x minus 1 squared here, quantity squared. So denominator times denominator. So this would cancel out, and then this one also. So simplifying this further, we have negative 1 over, unahin natin tong x minus 1. So we have x minus 1 here, and then times the square root of 1 minus 2x. This is now our final answer. Third example, we have y is equal to x arc sine x. Okay, here we have an external x outside the arc sine function. So this implies that our given is a product. So this is representable by u times v. Okay. So here, since our terms u and v are simple, u is equal to x, and then this is equal to v, very, very simple, arc sine x, we can proceed with the differentiation. So therefore, the derivative of y with respect to x, so the derivative of product is u, okay, and then times dv. dv, the derivative of arc sine x is 1 over the square root of 1 minus x squared. And then times 1, derivative of x. And then plus u dv plus v, arc sine of x, and then multiply to the derivative of u, which is positive 1. So simplifying this further, we have x over the square root of 1 minus x squared, and then plus arc sine of x. This answer is already okay, but if you would like to join the fractions, you may do so. So the resulting answer would be 1 over, so that let's have a short fraction bar here. 1 over the square root of 1 minus x squared, and then multiplied to, we have x plus the square root of 1 minus x squared, and then we have here arc sine x. So this is the final answer. Example 4. We have y is equal to the quantity x minus 1 times the square root of 2x minus x squared minus arc cosine of the quantity x minus 1. So here, what are we going to do? We have two terms. The quantity x minus 1 times square root of 2x minus x squared is counted as 1. So let us have this one, u times v, for the first term. Okay. We can get the derivative of these right away. The derivative of y with respect to x. So for the blue, the u dv plus v du. So we have x minus 1. And then dv, derivative of square root of 2x minus x squared. Recall that the derivative of square root of u is equal to 1 over 2 square root of u times the derivative of u with respect to x. Or, if the derivative of u with respect to x is simple, when you say simple, hindi fraction, pwede na natin ilagay sa taas. Okay? Ganun gagawin natin dito. For the dv, so the derivative of 2x minus x squared is 2 minus 2x. And then all over 2 square root of 2x minus x squared. Okay, after that, that is u dv plus v square root of 2x minus x squared. And then the du is equal to 1. Okay, u dv plus v du. Okay, next we have the derivative of arc cosine. The derivative of arc cosine is equal to, so we have minus here. We have negative 1 over the square root of 1 minus the quantity x minus 1 squared. And then multiply to the derivative of x minus 1, that's just positive 1. Okay, we will multiply this. Okay, but before that, let us simplify the derivative first of the first terms. Okay, scratch tayo. Let us have 2 minus 2x all over 2 over the square root of 2x minus x squared. So let us factor out 2. So we have 1 minus x. Okay, and then after that, actually we can take the negative. Or we want to have negative 2x plus 2 for easier factoring. Okay, so this becomes negative 2 times the quantity x minus 1. And then all over 2 times square root of 2x minus x squared. So this will cancel out. So we have here x minus 1 times, we have negative of quantity x minus 1. And then on the denominator, we have 2x minus x squared. Okay, there you go. And then for the second term, wala tayong gagawin. So that is square root of 2x minus x squared. And then here we have plus 1 over, we will expand the quadratic on the denominator. So we have 1 minus the quantity, be careful, x squared minus 2x plus 1. Expanding the first one, the color blue. So that is x minus 1 times x minus 1 times negative 1. So we have negative, dito na nga natin sulat, sketch natin. Be careful with the sign. So multiplication lahat yan. Kapag hindi nyo nilagyan ng bracket dito, mamaminus nyo yan. So that's wrong. So we have here negative x minus 1 times x minus 1. So this is equal to negative x squared minus 2x plus 1. So you distribute the negative sign, it becomes negative x squared plus 2x minus 1. Okay, so that's it. So we have negative x squared plus 2x minus 1 all over the same denominator, square root of 2x minus x squared. And then next, we have the square root of 2x minus x squared. And then plus 1 over, okay, sketch natin. 1 minus x squared plus 2x minus 1. So this becomes negative x squared plus 2x. However, since it is inside the radical, it's preferable that the first term is positive. So we have 2x minus x squared. Oh, so we also have 2x minus x squared here. Now, the first term has the denominator square root of 2x minus x squared. The third term also. Etong nasa gitna, wala. So this problem hints that the second must have the same denominator so that we can combine them. We are going to multiply here the square root of 2x minus x squared over the square root of 2x minus x squared. Equal yan sa positive 1. Okay, now, para mailagay na natin sila sa isang denominator. So that will be already okay. So let us write. So we have negative x squared plus 2x minus 1. And then when you multiply these radical to a radical and same quantity 2x minus x squared, the square root will be gone. So we have plus 2x minus x squared and then plus 1 over the same denominator. So the denominator that we're talking about is square root of 2x minus x squared. Simplifying this further, we have negative 2x squared. and then plus 4x all over the square root of 2x minus x squared. So let's see kung masisimplify pa to. Si negative 2x squared plus 4x, if we want to rewrite this as this, okay, para ma-match natin dun sa nasa ilalim, and then we have 2 times the quantity 2x minus x squared. Parehas na nasa ilalim. Okay. So we have 2 times the quantity 2x minus x squared. Okay, and then over the square root of 2x minus x squared. So we have the same quantity above and below, except that their powers are different. So this one is raised to 1, and then this one is raised to 1/2, since it is square root. So 1 minus 1/2, positive 1/2. So we have here 2 times the quantity 2x minus x squared raised to 1/2, or we have 2 square root of 2x minus x squared. So this is now our final answer. Example 5, obtain the derivative of W is equal to arc cosine R over 2 minus the square root of 4 minus R squared all over R. Okay, we have here two terms. This is the first term, and then this is the second term, separated by the subtraction symbol. The first one takes the form arc cosine U, and then the other one takes the form U over V. Why U over V? Because we have a variable on the denominator and on the numerator. Note that this is not equal to this. Magkaiba yan. Okay? Dito, nasa loob mismo ng arc cosine R over 2, hindi lang R. Okay? So those are different. Therefore, the derivative of W, negative 1 over the square root, mamaya na natin ilalagay. So 1 minus, okay, we can now have the shortcut R squared over 4. And then square root. This is not yet over. So multiplied by the derivative of R over 2. The derivative of R over 2 is equal to 1/2. Okay, after that, we will use the VDU minus UDV derivative of quotient on the second term. So we have minus, okay, we have here a long fraction. Okay, V, and then du. For the du, we have here the derivative of the square root of 4 minus R squared. So we have negative 2R. So just like the previous example, negative 2R over 2 times square root of 4 minus R squared. Okay, and then minus, so that's V du minus U. We have here the square root of 4 minus R squared. And then dv, we have positive 1, the derivative of R with respect to R. Okay, and then on the denominator, we have R squared. Okay, simplify the expressions. So we have square root of 4 minus R squared, and then all over positive 2. And then multiplied to 1/2. So magka-cancel na tong 2. Okay, dahil magkapatay sila sa denominator. And then we have minus, magka-cancel na din to. So we have here negative R squared over the square root of 4 minus R squared. We will combine fractions here. Meaning to say, we will multiply square root of 4 minus R squared here over square root of 4 minus R squared. So para meron na rin itong denominator. And then all over R squared. Okay? Simplifying further, we have here negative 1 over the square root of 4 minus R squared. And then here we have a complex fraction. Actually, we can distribute the negative sign to the numerator already. Okay, so this becomes plus. And all of the terms on the numerator becomes positive. So we have R squared and then plus 4 minus r squared. So why is that? So since we multiplied this to this same quantity under the square root will be gone. It would be all over the radical 4 minus r squared. And then all over r squared. Okay? So this will be gone. The r squared will be gone. Pwede nang mapunta sa denominator yung square root of 4 minus r squared. So it becomes negative 1 over this. And then plus 4 over, so we have r squared times the square root of 4 minus r squared. So let us try to combine the fractions. So how will we do that? The LCD of this is r squared times the square root of 4 minus r squared. So we have negative r squared and then plus 4. Oh, we have similar terms on the numerator and denominator. So take note that the numerator is equal to 4 minus r squared. And also the denominator, we have this one. So parang yung example natin kanina. So 4 minus r squared raised to 1/2. So this is also equal to this raised to 1. So what are we going to do? We're going to subtract their exponent. So the resulting expression is 4 minus r squared quantity raised to 1/2 and then all over r squared. So finally, the final answer, we have the square root of 4 minus r squared all over r squared. Okay, this is now the final answer. Example 6, obtain the derivative of y is equal to the square root of arctangent 16x squared. Okay, this one takes the form square root of u. Okay, hindi arctangent square root of u ha. At mas lalong, this is not equal to arctangent of 4x. No, you are not going to take the square root of the 16x squared. That's not possible. Okay. So what are we going to do? It will be convenient for us to let u, using the chain rule. Let u be equal to arctangent 16x squared. The derivative of u with respect to x is equal to 1 over 1 plus the square of 16x squared. So that is 256x raised to 4. And then multiplied by the derivative of 16x squared, which is 32x. Okay, so we have 32x over 1 plus 256x raised to 4. Okay. Next, so since we have here y is equal to square root of u, taking the derivative of both sides of the equation, we have 1 over 2 square root of u, and then times the derivative of u with respect to x. We can now plug in the values. So we have 1 over 2 square root of arctangent of 16x squared. And then times the derivative of u with respect to x, 32x over 1 plus 256x raised to 4. Divide 32 by 2. So this will cancel out and become 16. Okay, the final answers, rearranging the terms, we have 16 over, so we are going to write first the binomial. And then we can also write first the 256x raised to 4 and then plus 1. Don't forget the parentheses and then times the square root of arctangent 16x squared. This is now the final answer. You have reached the end of this module. You are highly encouraged to answer the exercises at the end of this video courseware. Thank you for your time.